Um, in Chinese Buddhist community, sometimes when Zen masters they meet each other, they will kind of test each other. So one time there are two Zen masters, and so when they met, one of the master meditator pretend kind of frighten the other one, like he was a tiger or lion or something. So the other meditator jump, and then the pretending one say, "Oh, you still have this," and so the person being caught later write a letter Buddha on the seat of the person's the other meditator's seat. On that seat is a word Buddha. So the meditator came and he hesitated to sit on her mat because there's a holy word on that. And then the Zen master said, "You still have this." Okay, so when we practice, a lot of time we have to notice in ourselves, we still have this. We still have this. And I would like to share one of such experience with you. One time I was in the morning chanting, and it's very harmonious and very quiet, and I was closing my eye and chanting so smoothly, kind of being carried away by that peacefulness feeling. And all of a sudden I heard a very unpleasant noise because during the chanting, one of the sisters would lift her praise and go to the altar and collect all the offering, the water. And we have three cups in front of Buddha, and another three in front of Chenrezig, and another Bodhisattva. Collected altogether 9. So this nun has to move and to the center and collect 3, and then move to another place and collect another 3, then another 3. So this sister walk is, I don't know, she drags her feet when she walks. So the noise was very loud and very unpleasant. So I opened my eyes and to see what is going on, and I realized, oh, that's the noise. And my peace was totally shattered, and my enjoyment of that chanting was totally shattered. And I immediately asked myself, if she is the person making noise and disturbing others, she should suffer, not me. Because she's creating a negative cause there. And I was just, chanting, and focusing on my chanting. I did nothing wrong. And why I suffered? So I continued to trace to see if the Buddha's teaching on causality is correct. I shouldn't be the person suffered because of that by her action. So I was trying to find out what is the real cause of my suffering or my pain or unpleasant feeling. And I realized it was my attachment to the peacefulness, the atmosphere. My attachment is the cause. It's not because she walked that way or whatever. And so I was quite happy about catching, I still have that, I still have this. And because that means I have something I need to work on before I really, before I open my mouth to say, oh, you should walk quietly, and out of anger and out of whatever emotion, telling them to walk the way I like. And perhaps by watching my mind and get rid of the attachment, I will have more space to actually observe why she walked that way and how I can actually help that person to walk properly. I mean, that is something, once your own defilement is under control, your compassion can function properly. You will not, if not, I think I will say it out of emotion, out of anger, out of whatever. It's what I want. It's not, it is proper to you. It's good for you. It's good for me. So you should walk that way. So catching this moment, you still have this, I think is quite common in a community setting, because you are living and practicing with others, and each individual has their own personality and own way of doing things. And as I said, even a person walk and a person talk might irritate you, and that is something, if we keep finding the cause of our unhappiness outside, then you will not enjoy community life. You will have the tendency to find a space for yourself. Even you can come to here from your very noisy household life, but you still find here unpleasant. You want to be, wandering in the forest by yourself, alone, not seeing anybody. So by living in a community, if we have a term to say, if a person practitioner, whether this person is a sincere practitioner, we said this individual's mind is toward the path. Toward the path means whatever you encounter, you use the Dharma. You come to the Dharma to check what is going on. And if you check with the Dharma, you might find you might find a right analysis, and you might find the answer from the Dharma. So that's, if you the mind, the direction of the mind. Usually, our direction is outside. Our minds just go outside. We find a lot of fault. Every one of them, we can write a whole list. What is wrong with that person, and what is but we will not get enlightened because of that. But if we turn the direction to see what is wrong. For example, you still have that. You still have that attachment. It's of course having the chanting, we do it harmoniously, is supposedly correct, but attaching to it is not correct. The attachment is very subtle. Even attached to something you think is good quality, good things, as long as you are attached to it, it becomes the cause of your suffering. So I guess in a community life, I would say we open our heart or open our mind to accept conflict, because a lot of time we are not that sensitive yet. A lot of time we kind of realize we still have that through conflicts. And if you know how to turn your mind toward the Dharma, then there's a moment you find something inside you that sometimes we call it sleeping volcano. The defilement is sleeping. But when unpleasant things occurs, and it awakens, and that is the moment you catch it. And of course, by catching it, it's still not a solution, but it is the first step. At least your unhappiness, you are in part responsible, not totally the other person. Yeah. Okay, I think so. Welcome the conflict and learn how to work with it. Just like the Buddha said, the first noble truth is the noble truth of the dukkha, and dukkha is not something we. It is most of people dislike it and find it is a misfortune, but Buddha taught the first noble truth is want us to learn, to practice, and you should understand. Right? This is dukkha, and then the second level is this is dukkha, I should understand. And then you use a possibility, I have understood. Okay?